Live. There we are. All right, we are live from New York. Saturday night. I don't know if we'll get in trouble for joking like that.
I know, right? Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Drewski.
This is Z Baby.
Hey, guys, welcome to Cryptid Warfare Conspiracies Live. It's Friday night. It is May 26, 2023. So, yeah, guys, we're gonna have a good time tonight. We're gonna be talking about reptilians and underground cities, basically. So, as you guys know about me, I try to go everything on the biblical aspect. So, and Zook asked the hard, crazy questions. So that's Z baby. Guys, like I said, we're basically jumping into reptilians. So I guess if you want, I guess I can go ahead and just get it started, man.
Yeah, and first I want to say too, like this is really gonna be like one of several. I mean, this is so freaking. Anyway, there's so much we can cover on this, but I guess this will probably be like the 101 for starters.
Yeah. So, guys, all these notes I got off of were strictly from Gary Wayne and the Genesis 6 conspiracy and a couple other places were basically out of the Bible from Jesus
Ah,
himself. And then
so many resources.
there's a bunch of other things I got it off of. Off like Discovery Channel and yep. So I guess we'll go ahead and just get into it. Okay, guys. Basically, so here's how we go. Here's the history of it. So most people will understand reptilian as an animal kingdom today, and is basically a cold-blooded animal as composed to a warm-blooded animal. I wonder why that is, but the intended consequences, because if we look at a cold-blooded animal, kind of represents evil, and thrivesly goes against good. So it's kind of one of those allegories I want to throw out right at the beginning, for people to think about. And
Would
within
you mind
the
repeating?
huh?
Would you mind
Did you
would you
get
mind
any of it?
repeating that? It cut out. Yeah, right when you
Ah!
started, man. I'm telling you, the spiritual war we're fighting, dude.
Let
I'm
me let me go back through my
gonna
notes real
crack my
quick.
door open. Reception is perfect now.
Okay. I guess we'll start about like the starting of like the reptilian and like the history of it. Can you
Hmm.
hear me now?
Yes, yes, perfect.
You sure? Good to go?
You heard that? All
Okay,
good.
cool. So all right, so here we go. Um, most people understand a reptilian as a animal that's in the animal kingdom today. That is a cold-blooded animal as opposed to a warm-blooded animal. I wonder what that has intended consequences because if you look at cold-blooded as evil and against good, so that's kind of like one of those allegories I would throw it right at the beginning for the people to think about. And within the within the understanding of these beings, we have several different levels of beings. So many of them are referenced in the Bible, even though people may not understand the reptilians in that sort of manner. So the first one that's the easiest to talk about is the serpent that's in Eden in chapter 3, Genesis chapter 3. Rather, this is a serpent or it's like an akash, which is described in Hebrew. That's part of the animal world. But we do know about the serpent before the fall and the consequences of the serpent participating with Satan, or at least being coached by Satan in the very least, to deceive Eve and also Adam. And if you look at Genesis chapter 3, it talks about the serpent. It never really talks about the devil, it just talks about the serpent. The serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. So in the Bible, it's known as the most crafty of animals, an animal that can speak. an intelligent animal that can speak. And sometime after Eden, and immediate after, for its punishment, it loses its intelligence, it loses its voice, and it loses its limbs. And so, whether or not different varieties of the serpent had wings, just like just like fly, just like some of the dinosaurs are depicted, or dragons, or flying serpent, um, it certainly is thought to walk upright as well. Whether it's like an Egyptian mythology with Draco, or with or like Gnostic Gospels, where they described it as being as tall as a camel and walking upright, that can do the work of animals. That's sort of like above most of the animals in the animal kingdom. So that's kind of like the first serpent that we're dealing with in the Bible. And the other one would be the seraphim. The seraphim angels, which are depicted in a seraphic form, would be Lucifer or Satan. And certain in Revelation 12, we understand Satan as the devil and the serpent and the dragon. So linking dragon and serpent together, because in antiquity they are the same thing. And then we look back at Isaiah
Mm.
6, it talks about seraphim. And the seraphim in I am means one, and seraph were thought as fiery serpents. And these angels in Isaiah 6 surrounded themselves with the throne, and they had six wings, and they're at the top of the angelical order. And we know that they look like serpents because if you go to Numbers 21 and you look at the incident in the Exodus, and we have these venomous snakes that are attacking Israel. If you look at the where it's the cache, except for one, that's where Moses puts the image of a serpent on a staff, and that's what you called seraph, aka seraphim, and that protects in Israel. And if you look at Deuteronomy 8, it talks about a fiery serpent, as they're called, in 8:15, chapter 8:15, where the serpent goes back to Nakash in Hebrew, and the fiery goes back to seraph or seraphim. But the definition for seraphim are fiery serpents, or fiery angelic serpent like beings, if you take it back to Hebrew. And this is the order that is known as the Watchers, the seraphims. And they're the ones that go to Mount Hermon to basically to mate with human females to produce the Nephilim, if you look at Genesis 6. Um, so, from a biblical standpoint, that's kind of like a quick thing on the reptilians in the beginning. So, that's what I got so far.
No, man, that's good. It makes me think, many years ago, way before I was married, I went to a group where there was a speaker, and he was a Christian geologist who traveled the world proving about a global flood. And there I came across a book that went over dragons, and I mean, there is actual I don't know why like science is hiding dragons, but yeah, they don't really look. I mean, some could have potentially have flown, but I saw one. It looked like a T Rex, except the arms actually made sense, like but it walked on all fours. I mean, it could stand up if it wanted, but it's interesting because the T Rex, I believe, was kind of something possibly created by the Nephilim, because those little baby arms don't make sense. I mean, you can't even give high fives or hugs. It sucks being a T Rex,
Can't even
but.
itch himself.
um but there was a really cool point in one of the books that I came across, about fire breathing dragons, and it was like, if there was such thing as electric eels, then why couldn't there be something that breathes fire? And it could have also been like not fire itself, but it could have been like an acidic type of substance that shot out of the dragon's mouth. But shoot, man, if like a what is it, man, dude? If farts can catch fire, imagine if there was like I don't know, you were like in a certain place or environment or something where when not tiger, whatever that dragon breathed its breath out, maybe it somehow caught the flame. I don't know, but yeah, I think more probably the saliva itself might have been like acidic or something like that. Um, but the fire makes it sound extra really cool. But dude, it's so crazy about these underground bases. Dude, there are so many freaking underground bases. It's just ridiculous, and it messes with a lot of people. It messes with so many people. Like there's so much technology in these bases, and all of us have a certain frequency.
Oh, we're jumping to
Uh,
bases now.
oh, sorry, man. I get excited talking about this stuff. Cryptid Huntress, what's up, girl? What up?
Yeah, let's
Okay,
finish up on
getting him.
this reptilian, and then we'll jump into the bases that go into that.
Oh, let's do it, man.
All right, sorry, man. I didn't mean to be a douchebag.
Oh, I'm used to it. No, I'm just kidding. No. No, I'm
I'm
just
out.
getting carried away
I'm
with this
sorry.
stuff. Well, too, man. I was reading through or going through. I don't know what chapter it is, but Michael Heiser's book when he's talking more about the Satan the rep. I don't think he used rep. It wasn't reptilian, but it's not like a snake like what we think because he was like a fallen angel and stuff, but he was really high up in God's council and stuff.
Well, yeah, it was because it talks about in Jude 1:6 how the angels who did not stay within their own position of authority but left their proper dwelling, he has kept in eternal chains, yada yada yada. So basically,
Wow,
when they left their estate, it's also like their chemical makeup changed as well.
dude, that
So
is wild.
they're thinking that's where they look a little reptilian. But like I said, like the seraphim or like the Sirach, if you break it down in Hebrew, it talks about how they look kind of reptile-ish. They have six wings, flaming swords. Yeah, pretty
Oh,
interesting
dude.
stuff.
Dude, I can't wait till we actually get to hang out with Jessica. So, she was just saying, I was just hanging out with a few secret space program guys this week. The stories of the chimeras and those in those bases are mind blowing.
Oh, can't wait to go on the hunt. Talk about it around the
Dude, I
fire.
know. Like, I thought about us having like story time, except I'm gonna forget all of my stories. Let's all forget our stories and just have Jessica share.
I know. This is okay, kids. This is story time with Jessica.
Cover your ears if you're bringing kids.
Yeah. Um. But anyways, yeah. But this is pretty funny. Yeah. So basically, when it talks about like the lizards and conspiracies and stuff like that, bizarre origins of lizard people, conspiracies embraced. Oh, get this. This was crazy. I was doing a little bit of research on the Nashville bomber. Remember in 2000? I
Oh
forgot what it was. Yeah, like where he bombed downtown on Christmas. Uh,
no, and there he goes. Oh, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I think we might have peed somebody off. Meanwhile, while he got booted off, hold on just a moment. Let me reach back out to Drew. There we go. Maybe I can entertain you guys with finger tricks until he gets back. Okay, here he is.
okay, I was getting into the Nashville bomber. Apparently, they don't want to have me talk about that. But it was pretty funny because on the Nashville bombing we had 2 years ago on Christmas, he basically wrote a letter. He basically stated like bizarre origins of lizard people and conspiracy theories embraced by the Nashville bomber, and how it's related to QAnon. That was pretty
Hmm.
interesting. I'm gonna pull that up real quick as a little side note, and then we can jump into underground bases. Okay,
I
Anthony
do think it.
Warner, whom authorities say what?
Yeah, I think it
What?
was interesting too because he obviously didn't want to kill anybody. He was trying to get people out of the area because it was counting down for people to like leave.
Yeah, so basically, Anthony Warner, whom authorities say died when he exploded his RV in Nashville on December 25th, had reportedly um, exposed and belief in conspiracy theories claiming that reptilian humanoids, or AKA lizard people, control the world. Well, that's where you kind of dive into like the Illuminati, who's the head of like the 12, who's the head of the 12 families for the Illuminati. Well, aka Satan, aka the dragon, aka reptilians, whatever you want to call them as, Anunnaki, all that stuff. So, uh, yeah, so fringe beliefs, including the QAnon conspiracy theory, have led to many incidents of real world violence. And yeah, that's what I got for that. So I just thought that was really interesting. It kind of goes into that when it comes to reptilians and how people treat conspiracy theories and stuff. But that guy was basically go big or go home. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
With
he went
that.
all out, especially on that day.
And yeah, so I guess if you want to talk about underground bases or underground cities, if you look at there's this quote I read. It said Elon Musk didn't invent the idea of drilling holes in Los Angeles. George Warren did. He was the first one. So I guess back in let me look. I got it pulled up right here. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba. Let's see. I just totally freaking lost it. Where are you?
You
All
don't
right,
do that
Zook, keep
sometimes
going.
with my own thoughts. Do what?
Keep going, Zook. Go ahead and start carrying it. I'm gonna try to find it real quick. I lost it.
All right. I thought it was interesting. The day that he chose. Do what? um,
No, no, go ahead.
because I don't know if you guys know this, listeners. But Christmas is definitely not about Jesus. I don't know if you guys know that, but like the actual pagan holiday itself, it's worshiping another god. Well, lowercase g. Um, I forgot exactly who it was, but I'm like, it's actually pretty dark. So yeah, that's why I like the holidays to spend just with family, and that's mainly what I do. I don't really worship the holiday itself. And I'm not much of a gift giver. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it out there. My wife can vouch for me. I'm cool with like gift cards, like not me, but getting somebody gift cards. Because when somebody asks me to get something, and I know this might sound sexist, but every year I would give all the women in my family either lotion or what else, or candles. Like, I thought that was stuff women liked. Anyway, I wasn't right most of the time. Because as a guy, I guess I have a horrible sniffer, and I just gave like crap smells. Literally, no, I'm just kidding. I
Oh,
did.
go ahead, go ahead,
Do what?
go ahead.
No, it
With
wasn't
crap
important.
smells. Yeah, I'm looking
Dude, my
at.
wife
Oh
one
yeah,
year
I
she
got
got me
some.
this. It's not important.
All right, okay, okay, a diarrhea at the mouth. All right, getting back to it. I got a lot of my information too on my homie. He's in California, aka informing the
Ooh.
masses. If you guys could go support him on his Rumble channel, and if you could go support him on on Instagram and YouTube, but he's kind of getting shadow banned on those two things because can't really speak the truth no more. But on Rumble you can. So, but you find him on Instagram, informing the masses, and Last Days Now, I believe. So, but anyways, you sent me this thing. It's called the Underground Catacombs of LA, aka Lizard People, and it shows a whole map. Is basically underground tunnels of lizard people. I can actually forward you this stuff. You can put it in the show notes. It
Okay,
was
I'll do that.
uh, it was a big blueprint, and they built it in 1933. Man, crazy, huh? They actually have
Yeah, it's
maps
so
of
wild.
downtown LA. And let's see, one of the most colorful urban legends, yada yada yada. They actually have underground cities and tunnels and stuff underneath LA. They actually got built in 1933 by G. Warren Choufflet. I think he must be French.
Yeah, if it's ever like a "you" or a "gle," then it's yeah French or German.
Choufflet. Yeah, that was
And
pretty
it's crazy how
interesting.
long this has been out because I remember hearing, um, well, oh Whitney, man, but even before she brought it up, that big burrowing machine that can like
Yeah.
melt straight through rock. I'm like, dude, if I
Yep.
had one of those, man, I would have an awesome bunker under my house. but I can only imagine how much one of those things would cost.
Let's see. This is actually pretty interesting. It talks about to add the okay, Chouflet is a quest for lizard people's golden treasure. There's actually um, hypes of like a golden treasure down in the bottom where the cities of underground cities of Los Angeles, where the lizard people are at protecting them. Well, that kind of goes into where Chouflet's quest for lizard people's golden treasure was picked up and followed closely by the Los Angeles Times in 1933, and it turned out the Associates Press, which spread Chouflet's search for lost catacombs and the inhabitants all across America, the entire underground city approximately shaped like a lizard. And what's a trip though, the head of the lizard of the shape of the underground tunnels basically is at the LA Dodgers Stadium right now. It's underneath it.
Huh. Go figure.
Yeah. Ha, trip, huh?
How many seats does that place have? Like, I mean, how
I
many
don't
people
know,
can
man.
it sit?
I don't know.
I'm sure at least more than 10.
But yeah. But other than that, yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting, man. Also too, yeah, so going back to that, Informing the Masses sent me a bunch of other good videos as well, where people just with the reptilians, they that's where you get like a lot of like homeless missing, a lot of kids missing in California. There's been reports and sightings and stuff like that of these things coming out from under the ground and snatching people. Also too, that they actually it's kind of funny because if you look at certain entities like demons, right, they actually feed off of fear. Fallen angels feed off of fear. I forgot what it's. Oh gosh, it's something in your blood or something like that. It kind of forgot what it is.
Oh, I would not doubt.
Hydrochlobin or something. I don't know. Don't even quote me on that, guys. But with reptilians, they love fear because they also eat humans as well. And with that, it basically it serenades us when we're scared. It makes us taste better, and that's what they like. I just thought that was pretty interesting.
Well, I even heard the pineal gland. Like whenever
Pino,
they,
Pino gland.
no, like whenever they do this horrible things to children, and before they make sure they scare the crap out of them because apparently
That's right. They
it,
torture them and all that. Yeah, they
yeah,
torture
and
them
then
and
it makes
scare
the
them.
pineal gland. I don't know, like I forgot exactly how it was, but it makes it better for them to digest. Like I don't know. I guess it reaches its
Yeah,
maximum point.
makes its
Um,
maximum taste.
yeah, I
So
don't know. I'm just like, well, for one, it's weird, and for two, like, man, it's when God returns, man.
yeah,
Anyway, like it's just it's so wild, man. All these little things um that have been going on, and now like all this stuff is in broad daylight. I was just watching yesterday, and it was a boy who wore a shirt to school, and it literally just said there are two genders, or I believe in two genders, just that. And then think he had to leave school premises, something like
hmm
that. I mean, it was a big deal. Like I think it, yeah, it made it on the news. Like what? And then you see these people wearing like, I mean, these are children, and they're wearing like super promiscuous shirts, clothing. I don't know. I'm me having kids. I'm like, nah. I think that stuff's crazy. Even before then, I'm
yeah,
like we
yeah.
should just all wear
But
trash
if you look
bags.
at yeah, if you, I think that's me. Okay, but what's the trip is that with these like Nakash serpents. Like I said, they trace all the way back to, like I said, Eden, and then also too with Egypt, Babylon. Um, like if you look like the Aztecs too, like Quetzalcoatl, he was like a fiery serpent. Um,
Mm.
yeah, that was pretty interesting. Yeah, like in Deuteronomy 8:15 talks about fiery serpents. Most likely refers to venomous snakes, but um, you got to look at the Hebrew, go all the way back to the core language on that. I talked about that a little bit in the first part of the vid. So, are we getting any questions or no? People just listening. How many you got
No, no,
listening?
yet,
Like one?
not yet.
Jessica? Woo!
Oh, Jessica. Well, I mean, here on the book
Oh,
that or this little
oh, real
PDF.
quick, hold up. It's Jessica's birthday today, so happy birthday, Jessica.
Really? Oh man, Jess, I remember when I turned
Yeah.
16. What a day that was. Nice little bar mitzvah. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yes.
Dude, we'll definitely have a belated one next year when she's there. So what we're gonna do, I don't think she's listening, but we're gonna hide and then we're gonna surprise her. We're gonna jump up out of our tents, throw confetti, like maybe Paul can run out in the woods somewhere, shoot the flamethrower, like Bon Jovi will show up. I mean, it's gonna be freaking epic. And then Ed Brown, he'll be there. Like,
You're like, guys, go back to
who knows?
bed.
I know, like fine, fine. You win, Uncle Ed. Um, well, here I forgot because there were a couple bases I had. Here, let me read this real quick. It says, um, well, other than Area 51, because there is a city, I truly believe there's a city under Area 51. Like to me, it honestly wouldn't make a lot of sense. I mean, it's a massive
Oh, it
underground
is, bro.
city.
It's a base. It's just like the Dulzy base, man. They have
Yeah,
levels
and I
to
was
it.
literally gonna say, and the other one is the Dulce base in Mexico. Um, where let's see, this base supposedly houses joint human-reptilian operation where genetic experimentation takes place on unsuspecting humans. Yeah, many years ago, back when I was in college, there was a friend, Cameron, and that might have been the base. He was talking to me. I was a little ignorant on it. I just wanted to go on a road trip. I thought it would have been fun. Didn't have any kids, so I'm like, yeah. But he said, yeah, they do human experimentation there. We're just gonna go kind of check the perimeter. I'm like, okay. Luckily, it fell through because I'm pretty sure we never would have came back. Because
Yeah.
he's pretty extreme in trying to find, I guess, get to the source and get his facts and his intel. So I don't know. Yeah, he said they take, I guess people who are on like death row, and then of course people who were like part of the missing 411. It's horrible, man. They make human hybrids and stuff out of them.
Yeah. It almost
And
kind
of
of reminds
course,
me of like the SCP Foundation where they take like death row inmates who are already going to die. They either experiment on them or they use them to test their experiments on them, to see
yeah,
how
dude.
violent they are. But it reminds me of like a Phil Schneider. You ever heard of him?
Oh, that name is so familiar. I can't place
Yes.
where I know it
Okay.
from.
Where he was like he worked for the government as like a geologist, like driller or something like that. But he's the one that found the underground base in Dulce, and they had a big old firefight between
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
between those
For aliens and
Rangers,
stuff?
Marines, and they fought against Greys and like Reptilians. Yeah, and then he had his hand, like a part of his hand, got shut off by a laser, and it was fused. So yeah, and he talks about that. Yeah, really, really interesting. What was his trip was? I was trying to get him on the podcast, but I didn't realize that he passed away. So I was talking to some
Oh,
random
no.
dude that poses as Phil Snyder on Facebook. I'm like, this guy's a douchebag. So whoever you are posing as Phil Snyder, freaking don't. So
Yeah, some people, they don't have a life. Okay, so, um, we have Katie. She had said, "Hey, y'all, this is a great show. For some reason, I can't hear Drewski." And to answer that, yeah, I've had issues with the streaming software that I'm currently using.
hey, how
Don't
about
worry.
now? Can you
As the
hear
show
me?
improved. No,
Ask him if they can hear
no,
me.
it's whenever, like, somebody logs out and then logs back in while I'm already recording, it doesn't pick up the audio on your end for some reason.
Well, should I
But I
start
know that
over?
no, 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 you're good. I know that, like, I'm gonna upload this to the podcast itself, so,
Well, hopefully all
and
the stuff I talked about is not gone.
oh, no, it'll definitely because this saves it, here itself.
Ask him if they can hear me now. But anyway, guys, yeah, I don't mean to forget all like the dead spots in here, but I'm reading up on a reptilians and underground bases on the Coast to Coast radio show. This is really good.
Oh, dude, that's an
Um,
awesome show.
yes, if you
Well,
guys
back when
check
it
out
was
Coast to
on.
Coast, check it out. It's good stuff. But yeah, so yeah, with all these underground bases, man, yeah, I just yeah, there's just a lot to think about when it comes to missing 411 people, and yeah, and like these shapeshifters. And what's funny is that you catch glimpse of these people in the government, Hollywood, all kinds of things, man. And they're in there, and to me, they're demonic, hands down. They're straight up demonic. Um, yeah, yeah. So that's just me. But Zook, Z baby,
Oh,
Z
that's me.
train, Z Bueller.
Keep going.
No, I'm good, man. Good. I've talked enough.
I'm thinking about making up for which unfortunately I'm gonna almost just a little bit regurgitate some things you say. Just because since your audio still isn't picking up. But once again, if you are watching live, just when the podcast is uploaded to the podcast, then you'll definitely still hear this, and you'll be able to hear the sweet butter smooth voice of Drewski
This
whenever
sucks,
he
man.
talks. Um, I know, but yeah, that's whenever like we are starting a Patreon and stuff like that because every like what is given and also with the merch, like it is going to help us get better software and stuff like that, so that we won't come across issues like these. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but yeah, I have a lot of plans like with informing the masses. I'm really excited. Drew connected with him. I'm gonna call him Michael Phelps. It's a strong name. But yeah, old Michael Phelps, he has a lot of intel and he's really he seems really cool. And I love a lot of his content on YouTube. And I have a lot of ideas with that. And also other things as well. So there's going to be a lot of helpful resources for another podcast that's in the work that I am working on that is going to be partnered with Cryptid Warfare. It's going to be a lot of helpful resources and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not putting too much on my plate right now, especially with this hunt coming up and other projects that I'm working on. But yeah, I really think you guys are gonna like that a lot. Period. Maybe another episode we can do a what do you call it? A Gary Wayne. We can go cover giants.
Yeah, we can do that. But Ellie Marzulli, man, it could be next Wednesday. Can
Ooh,
you
I'm
can you squeeze that?
nervous.
Can you squeeze that?
Wait, you say
Just put,
Thursday?
no, Wednesday.
Oh,
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Ooh, L.A. Marzulli. Uh, let me see. What
Call off.
time?
I don't care. Call off. I don't know. I wrote his son-in-law. Well, his
Oh,
son,
well,
but he
shoot.
never got back to me yet. So I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm losing sleep that day. I don't care.
dude.
I
Okay,
ain't gonna
yeah.
sleep
Like
that day.
I just
Come
got
on,
a
if I
text
can
from
do
you, and
it,
you were
if
like,
I
"You
can do it,
gotta."
I can do it. Come on, man.
No, I'll definitely figure out how to make that work, man. Because that guy, I don't know. I've wanted to chat with him for so long after going through his books.
Let's see. All right. All right, so
Ooh,
keep
Katie
going, buddy.
says giants would be a great topic. Well, Katie, like, man, we have so. I mean, I don't know everything, but I know quite a bit about giants. And hey, who was that guy a while back? He was a YouTuber. Was he a YouTuber or Instagram or whatever? And as his channel was building, he saw on the back, like on a mountaintop, that there was a massive man standing on it. And then whenever did he hike up higher on that mountain, and then he just vanished? Like then people just never
What
heard
the
from him
the
after that.
guy or
The
the
guy.
no no no? What happened was the CIA or whoever went to go talk to him and tell him that, hey, knock this crap off, dude. And what was funny is no one heard from him, but then like a month later, you seen him talking to the camera, and he looks like he's reading something scripted, and he's like, "Hey guys, this is so and so. I'm good. What I seen wasn't real. It's all good, and I'm okay. Okay, bye." That's the last anybody's
Well,
ever
that
heard
sounds
from him.
legit.
So, oh,
Okay.
am I good?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why it kicked me off, but
Dude, it's weird,
anyways,
man.
bro.
Whenever we start talking about this stuff. Oh, we have Tamara. She said, "I'm pretty sure the guy that filmed the giant on the mountain died."
Okay,
But she
well,
said you
good
could
to
be
know.
wrong too.
Well, I'll go
I
with
mean, I
that
just want to be
because
positive and say, yeah, he probably died.
because no one's.
Like,
No, I'm not gonna lie, dude. He probably did because he really put out a lot of things according to the government he wasn't supposed to, and we haven't heard from him since. So, I mean, even like his Facebook account, Instagram account. I don't know, man. Um,
well, it's very
I'm gonna go with.
there were
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna go with her on that one. He probably died, bro. I hope not. God forbid. I hope not. But
well, I think
yeah,
that's why I think it's good that, we're in twos. Because when people go out and do this stuff and this investigation by themselves, I mean, anything can happen. Um, that's why it's always good to have people on speed dial pretty much who will kind of drop everything they're doing and I don't know, help you. But also when we're doing this podcast, like since it's not just me, if something happened to me, then there's still you and you can get the message out there.
I hope so.
But it
I'll
looks
start
like
writing
maybe
petitions.
next week, I'm not sure if you're working, but we can
Probably
wait,
am,
what is
but
next
we'll
weekend?
figure out something.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to talk about giants. I mean, Gary Wayne gave us all those resources,
Yeah.
so
Fortunately,
if
I
my
don't
head
have
seems a
those
bit
abilities yet.
fatter than what it normally is, I normally wear this hat just to just to compress my head, but then it's if my head or if my head is a lot fatter, then it's just because I've learned so much from Gary Wayne. That guy is such a fountain of knowledge. Um,
Speaking of Gary,
I have seen several though pictures of giants near mountains. Um, but it's so weird. Like I have not seen any coming out of portals yet. I've only seen like hairy beasts. Well, not in person yet, but um, little videos and where AI is going, they're going to try to mimic all this stuff, and I know it's going to cause a lot of people to get confused, being like, "Well, I don't think that's real." Normally, I don't know what it. Well, how I brought up frequencies a while back, like a lot of things, the quality of the video or even the image looks really bad. It looks grainy or it looks blurry, but it's because
it
like
looks like it's recorded off of a Vizio phone or like
yes,
a Verizon phone off of 2001.
yeah, and it's because, like, yeah, they operate like, their bodies put off or anyway, since they're interdimensional, I think, their bodies operate at a different frequency, so, like, you're not gonna be able to
Ah,
capture them in 1080 1080p, 4K, 8K. I don't think I'd wanna see, like, a Bigfoot or something at a 4K.
yeah, you might see his hairy crack.
You see Bigfoot, yeah, bend over to grab a steak or something off the ground. I mean, the worst.
Uh, it looked like what was it? It looked like that little sucker off of Aliens.
Oh, yeah, the face sucker.
Yeah, it's called the butt sucker. Sorry, guys, off
Oh,
topic.
man. If they could all hear you. Like I mean, they can't
Ah, I
now,
know.
but
I hate
they
this,
will.
man. I hate
I
this.
know. Well, no, we're
I
gonna
don't
figure out
understand
something with
how.
this.
I understand how they can't hear me, but you can hear me.
Well, no, it's this streaming platform. That's the only thing I can think of.
Streaming platform sucks.
Oh, no. Well, as soon as,
Yeah, I can't even
yeah.
hear myself. I'm looking at this live. I can't even hear it. Oh, that sucks, bro.
Ooh, that means I'm just gonna make up words for you.
I
I'm
hope you
just
can
gonna
hear it,
say
man. Anyways,
oh, 100%, yeah. I'll be able because that's what I did last time, and it worked just fine because
we'll
it
just tell
saved
them
it
right now
directly.
that they could. They'll hear me, I guess, whenever we put it out. So, anyways, so I'm just gonna keep the show must go on, guys. The show must go on.
No, yeah, and I'm
So,
just gonna put, like, what you say I'm just gonna put them in the notes, or, like, snippets of what you say.
also, two guys like in gosh, speaking of underground stuff, yeah, I totally believe this is going on because if you look at in Job, where the angels of God or I should say the fallen angels, go up to God, and Satan's along with them. And God strictly asks Satan, "Hey, where'd you come from?" Satan goes, "Oh, I'm going to and fro, up and down, and in the earth." It's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, that one's a really good one.
I think that's in
Um,
Job.
what's interesting too, like man, where it mentions that in Job about going up and down to and fro in the earth. Like I would love to be able to go to the center of the earth. There was a book written by Greg Beck, and I would highly recommend it to people who are interested in Hollow Earth and kind of a little bit of sci-fi, but there's kind of more science in it. But it's like military tactical. Like it's an amazing. Dude's an amazing writer. But anyway, he talks about it's a modern day view that is rewritten rewritten for a journey to the center of the earth.
We
And then he
went.
also
We
has
went. Sorry, guys.
man, dude.
All I'm
When
seeing is
when it
just
gets
his
past like a
faces.
certain
All I'm
hour
seeing
in
is
the
my
evening,
faces. You can't see my. You can't hear my voice. All you see is my faces.
that's all I
They don't
need.
know what I'm
That's
laughing about, but I do.
but his name is Greg Beck, and dude, that Journey to the Center of the Earth, I'd totally go check him out on Audible. It is so detailed and a lot of stuff they talk about. You're like, wow, this could actually be possible. And a lot of people, of course, like people die in gruesome ways because there's so many different creatures along their journey until they get to the center of the earth. There are these things that have adapted to live in like the cavern systems, and they're like, I don't know. It's like a crawfish that became like a human or something, and it has like a clear body, exoskeleton. Very, very interesting. But I don't know some of this stuff. I'm like, I wonder if this really, like, I wonder if this author actually went there. Maybe he saw this stuff.
Hey guys, FYI, I'm looking at pretty interesting. Check your Bibles, but certain Bibles take out certain words or they add certain things. But I'm looking at it's what that verse we were talking about was in Job 1:7, where it talks about when God asked Satan, "Where have you come from?" And Satan answered to God, "Roaming throughout the earth, going back and forth on it and up and down." If you look at the New Living Translation, it doesn't say that. It just says roaming throughout the earth, going back and forth on it. It doesn't say anything on in it. It says on it. But the trip is that the New Living or the New International Translation um, publishers also write the Satanic Bible too. So that was pretty interesting.
Well,
But if you look at the English Standard Version, it says Satan answered God, "From going to and fro on the earth and from walking up and down in it." And then the King James is God asked Satan, "Where have you come from?" Then Satan answered God, "From going to and fro in the earth and walking up and down in it." Not on it, in it. Two different things. So,
yeah, that's one thing I really like about Michael Heiser's stuff. I don't know, even his podcast. Like it's just so fascinating how he really breaks down scripture and he says, look, so many people over decades, even several generations have told you the scripture means this. And he says, no, when you actually analyze it, like the actual Hebrew text itself, it's crazy
mhm.
how one little variation could like change the whole story.
It
Like,
does, man. And that's why I say for people who do their biblical studies, go back. It's almost like playing the game telephone. You're good. If you want the truth, get it from the horse's mouth, which is Hebrew text. So,
yeah, like man, that, like in the future, I wouldn't mind taking learning some Hebrew. Um, but I don't know. Now just isn't a season in my life. We're both just pretty busy.
yeah.
I didn't think about this, but Katie had said maybe that Greg Beck, the author, maybe it's something that he remote viewed. Um, that part of the center of the earth. I mean, because we can only imagine with I know like how gravity is different there. I mean, imagine if there was something I don't know, things down there. Um, different kind of
Well,
species or
there
whatnot.
is. Well, I okay. The only thing I get out of it is, yeah, I do believe there's certain things. It could be spiritual, it could be physical. Because if you look at like the Euphrates River, where did God banish those fallen angels who committed the ultimate sin with, who basically raped the women of the earth in Genesis 6? He put them underneath the Euphrates River, and we even talked with Gary Wayne about that. You know, those angels are in eternal change until until the angel comes down with the key and opens up the door, and then those fallen angels are released on the earth again. You know.
Man, and we're getting to the time where it's so crazy, where things that are unnatural, like I'm not just talking about like with not people's beliefs, what is it? With people's identity, things like that. I'm talking about like they'll probably see like a 50-foot like demon or an angel, and they'll still be like, nah. They'll just look the other way. They'll be like, there's no way. And it's just it's just it literally is crazy. Like,
Well, that also goes along with TV, cell phones, internet. The
yeah.
government's so good about throwing so much. Well, I should say the government. Well, yeah, or the elites are so good with throwing trash at us that it totally melts our minds, and we're pre-programmed, and when we actually see the real thing, we're like, ah, BS. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, and man, dude, was it you who told me about, the 5G and all these I don't know,
Yeah.
it's man, it yeah, I try to tell the wife, I'm like, "Man, we need to keep our phones out of our rooms when we sleep, because it's
Or
crazy, dude."
well, we also too. You can also like shut like your Wi-Fi off every
Yeah,
night. That
and they
helps
do
out a
have
lot.
these, blockers that you can actually plug into your wall, and it'll actually disrupt the Wi-Fi. I think the Wi-Fi still works, but the frequency will be a lot cleaner, 'cause, I mean, this is
Yeah,
we're
you can
getting real
also.
deep, but, like, our body's frequencies and stuff like that, and we all have, like, our own vibrations and all this wild stuff that God gave us, but, man, but that's it gets expensive putting that stuff, like, in your house, to help you disrupt those signals and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Maybe we should just go nomad, like, have nothing, get rid of every single thing that we plug into the wall." Well, I guess that's not nomad, that's, minimalism.
Well, how are we gonna do the podcast?
Maybe, so we'll just, use stone tablets, and then
This ain't
and
the
then
Ten Commandments,
I'll
homie.
take all my show notes and take them to your house that I made up myself since I didn't actually get to talk to you, or maybe it'll be by pigeon. Like, dude, that'll take, man, days.
Oh, call it the Pigeon Cast.
I'll do it.
But, anyways, Jessica still on?
I'm not sure. Katie, though, is bringing up some really cool stuff. Makes you think. So, if you guys do know of or have any other topics you'd like us to cover, let us know. Because we only kind of know what we want to talk about. But if you want us to talk about something different that we haven't heard of, oh, dude, that'd be super fantastic. Because I love learning.
Yeah, me too, for sure.
Let's
All
see.
right.
There's
Well,
EMF blocking, bed sheets, and blankets that are supported to work really well.
what are they
Oh,
saying?
yes, I've heard of. So the mayor talked about these EMF blocking bed sheets that you can use, and it helps with your body's frequency. But yeah, I remember actually looking at those on a website. I'm like, those are freaking expensive. I like have to sell our house just to get just to
I wonder
just to get
if
like a corner of the sheet.
I wonder if you can use. I wonder if you can put
I'm
aluminum
like,
foil in
yeah,
your
I just wrap
blanket.
my body. I just wrap my whole body up in aluminum. Look like a Tin Man when I walk outside. I'll probably get like sun poisoning or something because I like bake like a potato. But I'm
Or you
committed.
just
I'll go to my
or you
job.
just like line your whole wall with aluminum.
Dude, yeah, they'll call me like the aluminum foil house. I'll probably cause so many accidents since I'm near a business. Yeah, I'm near a busy area.
So, yeah, bro, that's all I got, man.
Well, no, yeah, we can keep this one short and sweet. Um, But yeah, do you guys have any questions for us? Because we would love to answer, or maybe something else random. Oh dang,
What'd you say?
yeah, man. She, was like, yeah, they're about $400 to $500 per blanket. I mean, I'll just take out a
Dang.
loan. No, it's not worth that much for me. I remember getting one of those. What do they call? Oh, the weighted blanket. Thinking it would be a great idea, but not so much when you have PTSD. Like,
Yeah.
because I constantly felt like I was under attack. I don't know. It felt weird. But
Tell
apparently too,
everybody,
there's
FYI,
a weight limit.
this is a cigar. This isn't a cigarette. So every now and then I like to smoke a cigar. And happy Memorial Day, everybody. Tell them that for me.
Ah, happy Memorial Day, everybody. Those are the fancy words of Drewski. And since you can't hear what he said he's smoking, I'm just going to tell you that it's probably not illegal. I mean, probably not legal.
No, 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 no. Don't be doing
Joke's
that
on
to
you,
me.
mother liquor! Oh, yeah, I'm gonna explain that reference. So, if you guys ever on the
Well,
show hear me
it's a
say "mother
cigar.
liquor," I'm referencing an old British comedy, and it's from a fish. He's a manfish, and he protects his lake or his river, and he's so funny. He's called Old Greg. He's like, "I'm Old Greg, the manfish," and his like thing he attaches to pretty much everything he
Oh,
says. So
Greg the
end it with like, "What
manfish.
are you doing in my waters, mother liquor?" Dude, it's so freaking funny.
You're going off topic, dog.
Oh, it was on purpose. I wanted to explain why I was saying mother liquor so they understood why I wasn't being weird.
Gotcha.
It was just
Okay.
a really funny, yeah.
FYI, guys, this is a cigar. So,
Alright, and they still can't hear you. I'm kidding.
well, let them know, man. Let them know.
Okay, Drew's just smoking a cigar. Um, right, guys, let's see. Do you have any questions? Because sometimes that can really help pinpoint some, better ideas of things we can talk about. Because I know, man, we really are gonna come out with more episodes on reptilians and stuff. But,
For sure.
it's gonna be a lot of
We could
research.
actually interview Gary Wayne because Gary Wayne does a whole thing on reptilians on the Fourth Watch podcast with Justin Fall.
Oh, well then perfect. Oh, yeah, when are we gonna get Justin Fall on here?
I don't know. He hasn't hit me back up yet, but I don't know. Just keep praying. Hopefully he gets it because I hit him up like 3 times already. So I don't know.
Dude,
It's
he
in
is a
God's
busy guy.
it's in God's hand. He's kind of a nomad. He's just out. It's hard to get a hold of him, man. Even though Derek Gilbert said it's hard to get a hold of him.
Man, if Derek
So
Gilbert can't get a hold of him, I don't think anybody could.
I'll try to get a hold of his brother though, West. Yeah, he's pretty cool. But anyways, that's all I got, homeboy.
Oh, well, yeah, on that note, I guess we're gonna close out. Yeah, so next week, I don't know. Yeah, if you're not working or whatever, I'll update it on the YouTube channel, or Drew will do it on, Insta, but yeah, if we'll be able to do the next one, it will be on Giants. Um, part 1 of probably 1,000. 'Cause, dude, there's just so much to cover. Well, mainly, like, there were just a lot of stories.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll definitely do Giants. Sure.
Oh, wow.
Uh, what?
Well, Tamara just said she doesn't have any questions, but I had experiences with reptilians, which is why I tuned in
Oh,
tonight.
yeah, say she wants to be on the podcast right now.
Maybe I maybe I shouldn't. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Tamara. You probably saw Drew get so excited, but since you can't hear the words, I have the power right now. But dude, we would love to have you on the podcast. Reach out to Drew on Insta. Um,
Or if
if
not,
you are
just write us an
following
email.
us
Just
on
wait us an email.
Instagram. Oh wait, I forgot. Yeah, we have email too.
Ask
Cryptidwarfare
her.
at
Ask her if she has an
gmail.com.
Instagram.
And Drew's want to know if you have an Insta. Oh yeah, and Katie has heard of the Fall Brothers. Cool. They're so knowledgeable about so many things from a biblical worldview. Yes, yes, they
Yes, love
are.
those guys. Yes, love
I
those
still
guys.
does he still have his podcast going? Like I know he's not
Who?
active in it, but or did
No, it's
Omega
not. It's his other buddy, from BK,
Omega
who's taken over. Yeah, from Omega Frequency.
Omega frequency.
So, yeah, he's just doing Justin just kind of laying low, doing like a lot of videos, still working for Skywatch production stuff like that.
Okay, cool, cool. So Tamara, also Tamara, like we have the two different ways to email us. It's a newer one. Oh, I forgot, but it's like super. It's way safe. It starts with a
Just
P.
go.
I can't remember.
No, just have her go to the Gmail, bro.
Yeah, the Gmail will be easier. If it's anything too crazy, then I'll say you can go to the other one. But
Just type it.
yeah,
Yeah, type it in. Let her know.
here we go. Oh, cool. Well, all right, everybody, we're gonna bounce. It was awesome meeting you guys. I do introductions, but I think you know who we are. Oh, thank goodness for names. These are like virtual name tags. It really helps.
That's cool, man. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Blessings. Love y'all. You guys have a blessed week. Hopefully, you guys can hear it whenever we put it up on YouTube. So,
Oh no.
all right. Remember, guys, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but principalities and rulers of the air in the heavenly places. So, keep God first and be on your toes, guys. Good times are ahead of us, guys. Good times are ahead of us. So, all right.
Yeah, what Drew said
Next
is,
week,
"Have a good night,
don't
guys."
you do it. You're such a douchebag.
Oh man.
That's all right. You're gonna get it on the hunt.
Oh crap. I don't want to wear the honey. Oh wait, they don't know what they don't know what you said. Uh, Joke's on me now.
They will when you upload this. They will when you upload
All
it.
right, guys. Why I said that was because since once again I have the power and nobody can hear Drew. He just said I'm going to get it on the hunt. So, and if you're just tuning in, you don't know about the hunt. It's somebody that we chatted with a while back. She has a lot of activity from
Well,
UFOs,
tell her about the
orbs,
podcast.
shadows. Do what?
Tell them
Oh,
about
dog man.
tell them about her podcast. Tell them about her podcast real quick.
I think they might know about the podcast, but yeah, we cover all things cryptid and conspiracies. Um,
No, tell them about her podcast.
oh,
That way they can
Farah,
find her.
cabin voices. Wait,
Oh my gosh. Let me look it
conversation
up.
cabin. Sorry, it took me a second. Yeah,
The
fair. If you
what did
guys
you
like,
say?
mystery and, that kinda stuff, have a wonderful have a wonderful evening, guys, sorry. But yeah, the
The
conversation cabin.
Conversation Cabin podcast. Yeah, she's good peeps. So, all right, I'm good to go.
Alright, well, I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Have a good Memorial Day, everybody. Blessings.
Yeah, blessings, guys, have a great Memorial Day as well.